Neo Digital Podcast here. I'm your homie, Jolly Dangerous. This is my friend and co-host.
You sound tired of shit. That was weak.
Oh,
Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on? My name is Denonu, and this is the Neo Digital Podcast. You gotta fake that enthusiasm. This is YouTube, Jolly. Come on, step your game.
My bad.
Drink some coffee, man.
We're ready now. All right, I'm just kidding. Had to put some crack in my nose. Yeah. So we're talking about Ghost of Tsushima, and I've played so many hours of it right now. So many hours, but I haven't beaten it yet. What about you?
I have played it nonstop since release. Well, I mean, outside of work, in my free time, I've been playing it every day. At least 2 or 3 hours every day.
Pretty much same for me. I'm still in Act 1 because I'm still trying to get everything in Act 1. If there is a spot of like Fog of War there, I'm still trying to like clear it up.
Yeah.
Currently, the game is amazing. I can kind of see why people compare it to Assassin's Creed, but like to me, it still feels different. It feels like how Assassin's Creed is supposed to be.
Yeah,
right?
That's what I was about to say that.
You know what I mean? But it's not Assassin's Creed anymore. With this, I still do like both play styles. But I feel like there is one thing that is stopping this game for being like a masterpiece. You know how I gotta compare it, but you know how what was that? What was that damn game? The Last of Us 1 was a masterpiece. You know, it was like the
pinnacle
epitome, of great storytelling and character development. This game is like on the cusp of being that. It's like it's right behind it. Like if The Last of Us 1 was a 10, this is a 9.5. And the only reason I say that is because there's this one thing that I feel like if the company did better, it would just make it or break it for me.
What would be that?
Making choices matter.
I can agree with you on that. The game kind of funnels you into, and I've even mentioned your videos in my videos playing the game. It's if you wanted to be that honor-bound samurai, that's not the story of the game you're playing. Yeah. And in a game where it's all about the honor code, the samurai, it's like you would think they would have did that. Like, let it be your choice as you play through the game. Like that should be your journey. The journey of you playing a game should be Jin. Yeah. You are Jin. You're playing the game and you're fighting all these bad guys. If you want to go in super samurai with a sword, calling people out, doing your samurai thing, you can do that. But if I want to be that sneaky ninja character that's going to run around and stealth kill people, have my uncle and everybody look down on me for doing it. But, let me choose that. Let me be the Ghost of Tsushima if that's what I want to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, some missions literally force you into assassinating people even if you don't want to. I understand like the very first mission that you do it's I forgot the character's name. I think Miyoko. Yuno. Yeah, Yuno. She basically says, "Hey, we got to go assassinate these people to free my brother. If not, they'll kill him." So the very first one is a tutorial of how to do it. So you have to go up and do that. Now, for that mission, you don't have to assassinate everybody. You can just go in and kill everybody. But there was 1 or 2 missions that I've seen other streamers play, and it's literally they would lose the mission every time if they got caught. And it's like, well, how can you be honor bound if you lose the mission if you get caught? The main thing, though, that I've noticed is the dialogue does not matter. You got the X button and you got the O button. So
you mean when you get vocal dialogue out next stuff?
Yeah. So you get 2 different options. The O button to me represents the honor side of things because every choice that I've seen, the O button usually looks like something that an honorable person would say, and the X button looks like something that a ghost would say, like an assassin would say. Just like there was
versus honor bound versus, let's say, the option that were made. Oh, we need to just get the job done.
Exactly. There was 2 instances that I can recall for sure. The most recent one is when I was trying to help a monk and I was escorting him to go save some villagers or whatever from like some sickness or something that they had.
Oh yeah, the healing guy. I remember doing that.
Yeah, the healer. One of the things that he said was like, well, we came up on these bandits. Why did you kill them? He said, you could have just talked to him. And well, he says, why'd you kill him? So the two choices is, one was, what would you have me do? Or no, what was it? I know one of them, which was the X button, it said, they gave me no choice. The other one said, what would you have me do or say or something like that? Yeah. So for me, I was like, well, they didn't give me a choice because they were there. And it still turned into like, yeah, you're right. They wouldn't have just talked, you know? So I was like, okay, maybe that sounds like it would have went a different way, or that added to my ghost stats or something like that. But there was what was the teacher's name? The one that teaches you the bow and arrow?
Ishikawa.
In Ishikawa's mission, I played it twice. Just I had reloaded it because I had said something by mistake.
I remember.
And he had said something like, if I die on the battlefield, I need you to keep going and avenge me. I need you to kill Tomoe. And I can either say Tomoe isn't my mission. My mission is to free
the
Tsushima,
bandits or the Mongols or something. Yeah, I remember that choice.
Or the other one, which is, don't worry, I will kill her for you, or something like that. Both of them still led to the exact same conversation. He ended up saying, she will get to you just out of spite for me. And even if I chose, like, no matter which one I chose, it would just be like one or two sentences different just to get to the exact same ending sentence that will continue the conversation. So for me, it's like, when I select those things, why didn't points pop up on the board that says, ghost, this many numbers, honorable, this many numbers? It's like, I need that to matter. Right now I feel like that doesn't matter.
What they should have did it like kind of like what they do in Fallout and those BioWare RPGs and Mass Effect and everything like that, where like in Mass Effect you have the Paragon and the Renegade system, where basically you don't necessarily have, in Mass Effect the whole game is dialogue, so you don't really have dialogue choices, like that's good and bad, but you have different actions you can do. Let's say if you're talking to somebody, different icons will pop up, and if you hit the good icon, let's say like if you're in a gunfight with somebody and let's say they shoot at you and run away, you may have the Renegade option to be like, no, let me shoot this guy in the back. Or let's say if you have to get information out of somebody, if you hit the Renegade option, you may point the gun at him and be like, if you don't tell me what, I'm going to shoot you. Or you can do the Paragon option and then let's say like shoot at the wall, or just put the gun away and just talk to him and be like, look, I really need this information. So it makes your game and your cutscenes different. But yeah, I see what you're saying. The choices, why even have them? If it doesn't feed into becoming the Ghost of Tsushima, or becoming the Honor Bound Samurai, why just have the characters speak their dialogue options? Why even have that? The only reason I could think for them to do that is, to use video game terminology, the illusion of player choice to keep you more invested.
I hate that so much. Like, there's so many games that do that. It's the illusion. Like, all the Telltale games does it. And we proved that. We proved it because remember when we played Borderlands, Tales from the Borderlands, and did all the deaths and all the alternate things? Like,
the story still ends up in the same place.
In the same place, the exact same ending. Well, not every time. Like, sometimes the endings are different depending on like if you choose to go with one character or not go with another character. But that's usually like the season finale. But it's in the stuff in the middle. Whatchamacallit will remember this. So it don't matter if you gonna remember it or not,
I don't
right?
give a fuck.
Like, because you're not gonna do anything different. No matter if you remembered it or not. So I get the same thing here. Now, what I have noticed is that when I'm assassinating people, what Jin says actually means something. Like he's like, it has to be done, or Yeah, I think that's what he says. Like it's not something I have to do. It's not something I want to do. It's something I have to do, or it had to be done, or they gave me no choice. Like every time he assassinates somebody, like over a specific amount of time of him killing people in that way, his dialogue changes every time he does it. Yeah. So to me, that matters because that's storytelling. That's a character who still does these things, but you can tell he's conflicted by it. Yeah. That's again something that we didn't have in The Last of Us 2.
Hell, I'll even take it a step further. I like what they do in this game with that. That becomes an ongoing plot point with everybody you meet in the game, like Ishikawa, Masako, Yuna, the uncle when you get when you meet him again. That becomes an ongoing character thing with the game. And even what you mentioned, I think we was doing a live stream when we first started the game. He was like, "Oh, I didn't get that. I had a cutscene that kicked in or something." I didn't know what you meant until I want to say I played my game and then got the same cutscene. When you go around, when you use the ghost weapons for the first time, you get that flashback scene of your uncle saying, "No, we shouldn't do that." Yeah. So that happens like a few times in the early game where you do something and then that's like your memories kicking in and be like, "No, I was trained differently. We shouldn't be doing that. We should be doing it this way."
Wait, right quick. How do you get that? Homeboy sleeping on his horse? How do you get that? I've been trying to get that cutscene so much and I've only gotten 2 alternates. The one alternate is where he's talking to Kage and he feeds him like some food and then pets him. And then the other one is where he's sitting on a stump drinking and Kage walks into the foreground looking at him, while he's drinking. Oh no, and one other one is when Jin is like, he has his head down in his hand, like just kind of like upset, and then he comes over and cheers him up.
Okay, yeah, the horse bumps into him and stuff, and
yeah. I've been trying to get that though.
I've seen that one when there's a mission that you do in Act 1 on the west side of the map where you got to clear out like a boat or like, those missions where you got to clear out camps. I don't know if those are random, or if it's just when you do certain camps or certain side quests, it just automatically programmed to do that. It's, I'm not doing anything to get it. It just happens. But
I am though.
Yeah.
I see your stuff.
You're doing something specifically to trigger the animations?
Yeah, so I noticed that when you have those camps that show up like that, they'll give you objectives. Yeah. Kill 3 people with like a headshot with bow and arrow, assassinate these people, or don't get seen by these people. They all give you different cutscenes. But I didn't realize that until I started doing it. I was like, why am I getting the same cutscene over and over and over?
I'm halfway through the game. I didn't even realize that. I know a lot of those missions, they give you the bonus objectives. So maybe if you get all the bonus objectives along with the mission, then maybe that's what gives it to you. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Those bonus objectives, because every camp that I had, like I had one camp where it was like kill 3 Mongols with headshots, do a death from or assassinate somebody from above with one. Kill the rest of the Mongols, kill 1 guy with a sticky bomb. And I did all those, and that's how I got the cutscene of Jin sitting down on a stump drinking sake.
Okay, yeah, because I haven't seen that one. So maybe it's a certain side quest where if you get it, maybe if you do, let's say, like a certain mission, then that gives you that animation. Okay. But I know I got it one time after clearing out a dock area. Because I remember it was one of those missions where you had to go in there and then burn the boats down or burn the camp down afterwards.
I want that one so bad, dog. Like just seeing him sit on the horse, dog. It's dog. Anyway,
I make fun of it every time I get it. I'll be like, "Come on, Jen, wake up! It's time to go. We got Mongols to take care of." But yeah, the game is awesome so far. Like I'm about halfway in. I've done pretty much every side mission and activity in Act 1 before I moved to Act 2. And that's where I'm at now in Act 2. I'm just doing all the side stuff, and it's from a story perspective, I can honestly say I love all the side characters. There's like one side character I haven't got to know yet in Act 2, but outside of them, all the people in Act 1 I like. Ishikawa, Masako, like they all have a slice of my heart when it comes to I like this about your personality, I like that about you, I like this about this. They're all pretty cool. Outside of that, my
favorite guy, favorite side character right now.
Oh damn, you're gonna put me on the spot.
Already got mine.
It's a tie between Yuna and Misako.
Favorite side character is that Saki dude. I like him so much.
Kenji, I think is his name.
Kenji, yeah, man.
that fuck up.
Yo, I love him so much, dog, because he's such a quirky character, but also he's still lovable because even though he fucks up, like he does it out of the, he does it in a meaningful way.
Yeah.
He's trying his best. Like,
did you do the mission? I think one of his missions in Act 1 where he puts you in a sake jar.
Yes, that dialogue. He's like, Kenji, it smells like your mouth in here. It smells like the inside of your mouth in here. And he says, well, how do you think I got it empty? Yeah, it's like, I love that, dog. Yeah. I love that so much. But yeah, to me, I feel like I have heard that the armor that you get, there's a set of armor that you get, and it's and I don't know if it's depending on it. They said that you have to get certain things, certain aspects. I think it's the ghost armor. You can only get it a certain way. And
I would assume it's probably that. Like maybe if you buy all the ghost upgrades, you get it or something. I know I haven't got any armor like that. All the armor I've gotten is just either through missions or I bought it from a store.
Well, no, I heard that when someone was trying not to spoil the game, someone had said that not everyone will get the ghost armor. It's one of those things that you have to meet certain requirements to get it. And I think that ghost armor, you either have to kill people with ghost weapons or assassinate a lot in order to get that armor. But I think that if you don't do that, if you go the honorable route, then you get a different set of armor, not the ghost armor, which would probably make people want to do a second playthrough at that point to get that armor. So if that's the case, then it does matter. Like then what you're doing does matter. But currently, for my level of play, me just being almost finishing up the first act, I don't really see me assassinating people or going honorable in any direction. Like I don't see it mattering at all. Yeah. I would love to see a bar or something like that will tell me if it's mattering, so that way when I do get to a crossroads, I can choose whether I want to go one way or the other.
Yeah. Star Wars KOTOR had that. Another BioWare game. But basically, you know how like in Star Wars you have the light side and dark side? You had a meter for your character. So based on your decisions and your actions that you played in the game, you can be light side or you can be dark side or you can be neutral. And that as you played the game, that would fluctuate depending on your decisions. I wish they'd have did it something like that because then it would make the game make sense. The story of Jin, without getting into too much detail, is basically, I'm a samurai. How we fight enemies isn't working, so I have to go fight a different way and do anything that I can to fight my enemy. Yeah, and you see that within Act 1 and then the first part, so that's not spoiling anything. But it's like that's the story that the game is built around. If like your playthrough, you actually titled your YouTube videos the honorable Ghost of Tsushima playthrough or whatever. Yeah. So it's like you want to play that honorable samurai. The choices, like they can take the choices completely out of the game. It's like I just wish that they'd have made the game the story of Jin. If you want to play him this way, you can. If you want to play him this way, you can, and you have to deal with the consequences of how you play. Yeah. And let that be that. That way you can play the game, and if you want to be a samurai, your game is going to be incredibly tough. But if you wanted to do it, do it. Whereas me, I want to be that sneaky ninja guy that's going to, I want to relive my Tenchu days, in a new environment. Then I can run around and do the sneaky ninja stuff. But outside of that, like, what do you think, of like the rest of the game? Like outside of the story, outside of that you have with story, like the graphics, the music, the unlockables, the side stuff, all of it.
Ooh, wow. I love it. I love it. Love it. Like I've never in a game wanted to explore so much. This game makes me want to get lost in it. The only other game that I've ever did like just tried to lose myself in, I didn't even do that with The Witcher. You know how big The Witcher is.
Yeah.
I never just wanted to explore in The Witcher. I always saw everything as like, damn, there's too much stuff on the screen, like too many objectives. I just want to go to the main story mission. Which one is it? You know, because I knew I wasn't gonna 100% that game. This game is so beautiful.
Yeah.
I would just go explore stuff just to see what I can see and find all the different things and nuances, because I feel like everything in this game matters because everything does something. It's not, when you get collectibles, they're not just something to have. They're something that does something. You get saddles, or like I said, I go find crickets because I can change the weather with my flute songs. It's like, yo, thank you for making collectibles in the game matter, or that actually do something to improve like your player experience. I love that.
Yeah, it's not just you're just collecting this because I want to collect it.
Yeah, the music is great. The music cues are great. Like when you're getting closer to enemies and it changes the music. I'm like, yo, I love that.
You haven't seen nothing yet. Wait till you get to Act 2.
The title screen music. I love the title screen music. It gives me the same feels. Like when I was playing. The Last of Us Part 1 with the guitar riff at the very beginning of that's the same feeling I get.
It sets the tone. Like that guitar riff in The Last of Us was like, okay, I know what kind of it puts you right in the mood of like, okay, I know what kind of game I'm gonna play. This game does the same thing. When you're riding through those vistas and the music swells up, you're like, oh, okay, I can see what they're doing.
Yes, man.
And this game
feels like a movie.
It's all about that. Like in Act 1, there's tons of places that you probably already seen. In Act 2, it's the same type of thing, but the environments are different. Like I've fought somebody with the sea raging and hitting a beach in the background with lightning striking all around. I'm fighting on the beach with this guy with a sword, and I'm like, this is the most awesome fight I've ever been in. You know, bamboo forests. They have like a desert area in Act 2. In Act 2, you see the different landscapes change from what they were in Act 1.
Stop telling me this. I don't know it.
I'm just trying to pump you up because it looks beautiful. That's what I'm trying to say. The environments are great.
My last gameplay, I literally did that. Like it was the one with the healer when you escort him. We had to go to the pond so he can get like shoots or something like that. Yeah. And these the Mongols were there. So I'm fighting them, and oh my goodness, dog. Like I'm on the last dude, and I do the heavenly strike. My goodness, it looked, because we're in the field of those flowers that you know, like the tall grass. Dog, when I say he came at me and I slashed through him, I had like, it was a perfect camera angle. I slashed through him, he stopped and then dropped, and I'm still holding the pose, and the grass is blowing in the opposite direction. So I'm going through him, and it's just like, I'm like, this is just like every old school Japanese like samurai movie and anime that's done it too. The only thing that's moving is the grass. It's just like it blew my mind, dog.
It's giving you those old school cinematic moments that everybody knows if you're a fan of this type of genre. They set that bar and they exceeded it, in my opinion, with this game.
Music on point. The sword play is on point. The items are on point. The only thing that I probably don't like about like just like the gameplay side of things is I don't like how I feel like the game isn't as customizable as I want it to be.
Yeah.
If you really want me to get into a game and you put this many items and cosmetics in the game, it's cool that you can change his hat and his armor and the armor color, but I want to be able to change the hat, chest piece, shoulder pieces,
the details on it, everything. You want to change every aspect and probably have a color wheel to fully customize the character how you want.
I don't really, because I'm about to say I don't really want a color wheel, because here's the thing, in the media as it is today, there are way too many things there are way too many samurai movies and games and anime and comics Like you got what Demon Slayer, you have Rurouni Kenshin, Samurai Jack. You have so many other samurais that are just like, ooh. Even from Rurouni Kenshin, you got those. I forgot what they were called. They were like the cops.
The Shinsengumi.
Shinsengumi. Like, give me those color schemes. Give me that style of wear so I can feel like I'm a Shinsengumi member.
Well, I can make a mention about something about that because that's going to tie into my next point about what I was about to say about the game.
Or let me have those Ronin robes, but in all white with like, a black sword. Give me Samurai Jack. You know what I mean? Give me the Ronin stuff, but let me color it the way I want to, so I can make both versions.
I can make a Samurai Jack character. I can make a Bleach character, or I see what you're saying, because people live off of that customization. It's the same reason, like if you play Dark Souls, MMO games, or DC Universe, or wrestling games, they'll take those other characters and those other people and try to make those characters in that medium. Same exact way. But they do give you some stuff. Like I've worn the white Ronin outfit for a while in the game. They do give you. But similar,
is it all white though? Because the one I got is like white and red or white and blue.
Well, all of the armors in the game, they're gonna change it up a little bit. It's not gonna be like I've worn a predominantly white outfit, but it's gonna have some color in it of something else. It's not gonna be like a pure white outfit of every piece wearing white.
Then it's not Samurai Jack then.
No. It's just that it's that art design. That's just something if they have to design how much of the character they're gonna let you customize.
Yeah.
And it's they let you pick the armor pieces. They let you change the armor colors from the helmets, and you can wear them separately. You got the headbands and stuff. They're changing the types of clothing you wear, but as far as colors, you really only have 4 or 5 colors in the game.
Yeah.
You have white, black, red, maybe a deeper red, a black/purple, and I think maybe like blue on some armor sets and green on another. So a lot of the colors are dependent on what armor you have set, because you may find like the armor you see me wearing in the video here. If I wanted to make that, let's say blue, I can't do that. Or let's say if it's one of the armors that, let's say, I can't color by the white dye guy or the black dye guy, then I just can't do white or black with that armor set. Yeah. It's either one or the other, so they let you customize a lot, but the customization could be better when it comes to your specific character. That and the fact that they only have, I don't know because I haven't beat the game, but I'm assuming they only have like 10 armors in the game. Because there's like 4 in Act 1 and like I'm assuming 2 or 3 in Act 2. So they don't have, like, they could put 50 armor sets in the game. But to get back what you're saying about the Shinsengumi, it could be that they're trying to stick to the time period without changing so much, because the Shinsengumi's like 200 years after this.
Yeah, Meiji era.
Yeah, so it's one of those things, and that's what I was going to say about history, is if you're one of those type of people who love playing this type of games, or let's say like Red Dead, because you like to put yourself in that time period, because
trying to stay true to the history.
Yeah, you're still gonna like the game, but you're gonna be disappointed because a lot of the stuff that they have in the game didn't exist during this time period that they say the game exists in. So
that's what I'm saying. So it's like, why even try to do it that way? I mean, we've seen all the very old samurai stuff where they're wearing stuff that looks like Ronin clothes, but still looks similar to stuff that we've already known about.
Yeah, they can make something similar and just make it Ronin attire. Like, just don't call it that, or just don't look at exactly like that. But or they could just throw it in there, because like I said, like there's a lot of stuff in this game that shouldn't be in here based on the time period. But they just throw it in there because it's a game. You know, you're supposed to have fun with it, so they have to introduce certain mechanics and stuff. So it makes sense. I'm hoping they can add a lot of stuff in with DLC. They've added a whole other difficulty mode because people were saying the game's too easy. So
I was just about to bring that up. I'm like, as a company, they are on point. Yeah. Like they are slowly rising to be one of the best companies that I like. So that my top was always like Naughty Dog for a lot of stuff that they've done, and not just for Last of Us and stuff like that, but I mean like Uncharted, all that shit. It's great. This last few months though, they've kind of fallen behind because of that reason. Yeah, but when I see this, and you remember when I first put it on hard mode, and I was like, yeah, dog, it ain't that hard. Like it's hard, but it's like
I'm playing the game on hard now. I know exactly what you mean.
You get used to it.
If you take it seriously, it's not hard.
Yeah.
If you go in fucking around, or you just go in just playing around, then yeah, you may get killed if you're not on your game.
Yeah.
But I'm debating popping it on lethal, because right now when I'm playing in hard mode, the duels may be kind of hard. Most of the duels was easy. I feel like the last guy I fought, two of the duels I fought in Act 2 were decent. I know I'm not spoiling anything, but I'm just saying. But they were there. Well,
lethal is hard.
Oh, I haven't tried it yet. I'm gonna try to put it on and just to see how hard is lethal. Is it like I'm assuming every character is like a boss level character.
No, it's not like, okay, so the fighting isn't as intense. So it's like when you fight, it's not like they fight more or fight faster or like they all hit you at the same time. It's if you're getting hit by a sword, sword cuts are lethal. So I know because everybody has sword, but I mean like all right, so the blue lights.
Yeah.
If you get hit by that, that's it. That's lethal.
Oh, so they're like a lethal blow, essentially. Yeah.
Okay, no, but so like when I said sword cuts are lethal, swords are lethal. So if you get hit by a sword, it can do damn near like your whole not your whole health bar, but like half of your health in one sword cut. And I'm talking about like at a really decent health bar after like going through and getting like a bunch of these hot springs. Your health bar, like if you get hit once or like with a strong slash, whoop, just like that. The blue ones, you can still parry them, but if you don't parry them and you just get hit by it, that's it. You dead. That's your whole. That's not even. That's just one hit. The shield bashing, that still does like similar damage, but anything that can cut you does increase damage. And the blue lines are now lethal hits.
Okay. Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense. I'm gonna probably pop it on and try it in a couple videos to just see if my character build can take it. Because I mean, I'm pretty much I'll fight anybody right now. So I mean, hopefully it puts up a challenge. But that's something else a lot of people were saying too. Like a lot of people are saying like, okay, like they would do those lethal builds. Like everybody who plays, let's say like Dark Souls, you can do New Game Plus where you beat the game and then you start over with all the same stuff, the same levels, but the game's just harder. You can New Plus Dark Souls to like 8, 9, 10, 10 different times, and the game's 10 times as harder, but your character is that much stronger too. So if what they need is something else they need to put in this game is like a New Game Plus, because everybody from what I'm seeing, this game doesn't have a New Game Plus. So you rank up, you beat it, and that's it. If you want to play it again, you got to start over.
So the story actually has an ending.
I'm assuming so. Like I said, I haven't seen anybody do it or played it myself, but from what people are asking for, they're asking for a New Game Plus. So I'm assuming there's an end point when you beat the game, and that's it. You start over essentially. So I would hope that they can make like a New Game Plus to just start the game over with all with your current character build on lethal, and then that way you can play through the whole game again using your leveled up character. Because this game is damn good. Like the fighting in it is damn good. I like the animations that it's like realistic swordplay animations. Like it's the shit. I love it. I can jump down into a fight scene, stealth kill a bunch of people or lure them. Like this game reminds me of Tenchu in a lot of ways. Not as well, at least not now, not as stealth heavy, because Tenchu had a lot of those missions where you failed it if you were seen, like the old school Splinter Cell games. But there are a couple missions in the game like that. Like the last mission I played in Act 2 yesterday was called Silent Death, where you had to go in a camp and kill everybody and without getting seen.
That's the one I was talking about. Like where I feel like if the game mattered, like if the choices in the game mattered, there wouldn't be missions like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like I would love to play through this game, and I've even debated. I may even, like, when I beat it, start the game over again and do a completely. I may cheat, because I can cheat and give myself all the abilities at the beginning of the game if I wanted to. So I may go back and play the game, give myself all the moves and level up.
That program works for this game too?
Yeah. Like I may cheat and give myself all the stuff at the beginning and do like 100% stealth run.
So
just only stealth kill people.
How would that work for this game? Because it's on PlayStation.
So is Borderlands.
Oh, you take the save file off, then you put the save file back on. Oh, jeez, that's crazy. Okay.
Yeah, so it's like I'm probably gonna do that. I'm probably gonna do 100% stealth run, and then just never sword fight anybody. It's gonna be all stealth kills. If I get seen, I gotta leave. I gotta leave and come back. You know, play it like an old school Tenchu game. You know, maybe make a playlist out of it or something. But I don't know. The game's damn fun, man.
Yeah, it is.
Fun. Like, it's the only thing that's probably gonna disappoint me is like the story isn't what I wanted. It's what they wanted to tell. And I can't say that that's bad, you know, it just doesn't fit with what we wanted to be, you know, but
it's still a good story. Like, it's an amazing story, and at least the character development is still there, and his actions, he's still speaking true to his actions, you know?
Yeah, they could have made Jin an empty character. They could have made him just a mute character who doesn't say anything. I'm glad they didn't. Yeah. I'm glad they at least showed the progression from him being a samurai to becoming the Ghost of Tsushima, and it's not cut and dry.
And even the side characters have character development.
Yeah, I don't want to get into a lot of stuff in Act 2, but let's say in Act 1, when you talk to people, they're like, "Oh no, I didn't teach you how to fight like that." It's like, you need to be more like a samurai, and he's like, "Hey, I got to do whatever it takes, man." And they show that conflict in many different ways with everybody you interact with, you know. So it's like it's just damn good. I like the fact that the conflict of the character is at the forefront. I just wish that that choice was your choice, not the developer's choice.
Yeah, I wish that when I'm playing as an honorable person, that dialogue isn't there. Because it's like, oh, what are you doing? And it's like, what the fuck you mean? What am I? I looked him dead in the eye and said, "Do you want to fight?" He said, "Yeah," and I took him out like an actual honorable samurai. Why are you shaming me for doing exactly what I'm supposed to do?
The game is assuming you're stealth killing people. Like, I did something similar. There was the mission of the line I just quoted where he was like, "I didn't teach you like that." That was a mission where I went in there like a samurai. I was like, "What? I just sword fought people." And he was like, "Oh, you learned to fight. I didn't teach you like that." I'm like, "What you mean you ain't teach me like that? I didn't stealth kill. I didn't throw no kunai. I didn't stealth kill nobody."
You know what I mean?
You know, but it's the game is assuming you're playing like that. So a lot of the cutscenes play into that way of thinking.
Yeah.
But even with that, that's just like a minor gripe. Most people probably won't even care about that. They'll probably just gonna play the game and let that be that. Like the only other gripe that I have is just lip syncing and the facial animations. Like I was expecting, like, cause I played with the Japanese dialogue turned on all the time. So I'm expecting like, oh, the English dub. I'm expecting the English dub to be fucked up, with the Japanese dub to be perfect. And it's like, nope, it's the other way around.
The other way around.
Because it's a Western game. I'm like, come on, man. Like, how they speaking Japanese dialogue and they supposed to be Japanese and their shit's not working? That don't make no sense. That don't make no sense at all.
You looking at their lips, it's like, are they speaking Japanese?
Yeah, like that's the one thing that's throwing me off. But I just got to put that out of my mind. Don't worry about it. It's the way it is. But all right, YouTube, we've talked about Ghost of Tsushima long enough. Now that we're 39 minutes in. So if you guys want us to get more in depth about the game, knowing me and Jolly, we're probably gonna do another video once we both beat the game where we can fully just talk about everything in it.
Yeah.
And that's probably gonna be like an hour-long video, knowing us too. But look forward to that if you're into us just talking about Ghost of Tsushima. And I guess we will see you guys in the next one, unless Jolly has anything else to add to the outro.
I ain't got nothing to say. Samurai meat if you made it this far. Type in that.
For some reason, like when I said samurai meat, I thought of like a salami for some reason. I guess because it's like kind of spelled. It's not even spelled similar. It just sounds similar. When I say salami, I actually mean actual lunch meat, motherfucker. Don't do that. Don't do that.
He's like, I'm trying to get that ancient Japanese sword action. I know what you're doing.
No, I'm not good at sword play. I'm about to say more like target practice, but
don't cross the streams.
Yeah, no. Ghostbusters.
Gives that theme song.
Anyway, let's get out of here.
All right, YouTube. We'll see you guys in the next one.